Darling, what happened today? I need you to watch this alone. Darling, what happened today wasn't supposed to go like that. Not at all. And before the noise gets to you, before anyone else tells you their version, I need you to hear mine. But please watch this alone. Because I need your heart, not your reactions. I need you to feel the truth, not just hear it. Everything changed in one moment. One small thing that spun out bigger than I thought it would. People started talking. Assumptions started flying. And before I could even breathe, it had already gotten too far. But the truth, it started from something simple. A misunderstanding, a choice that I made with good intentions. But it didn't land right. It didn't look right. And now, things I know are already reaching your ears. Things that sound like betrayal, like deception, like I kept something from you. And I need you to know, I didn't. Everything I've built with you, everything I've said to you, everything we've promised, it's still real. But I understand how confused you must be right now, how hurt, how heavy your chest feels, because nothing makes sense. That's why I had to make this message. Not a post, not a voice note, not something rushed, but a message that lets me speak to you without noise, without defense, without trying to clean it up for the world. Just me, and you, and the truth. I know how it looked. I know what people are probably saying right now. But that moment, the one you're hearing about, wasn't what they think it was. And it definitely wasn't what you think it was. There was no secret, no second life, no lies behind your back. Just a moment where everything got taken the wrong way. It started when I went to that place, the one I never planned to visit without you. But I had a reason, and I didn't tell you ahead of time. Not because I wanted to hide it, but because I wanted it to be a surprise. I was working on something for us, for the future. For a dream we talked about quietly in the dark when no one else was listening. And I was close, so close to making it real. But when I stepped into that room today, someone else was there. Someone from my past. And for a second the whole energy shifted. We spoke. It was brief. It was calm. But it was seen by the wrong eyes. Snapped. Recorded. Shared without context. And now, they're painting stories around it, turning a 2-minute conversation into a storm of accusations I never saw coming. Not in private, not in public, not ever. And I know right now, it's hard to believe anyone, because the noise is loud and trust feels shaky. But I'm not asking you to blindly believe me. I'm asking you to watch this all the way through, to hear me out. Not as someone defending themselves, but as someone terrified of losing you over a lie. I can still picture the look you had the last time we were together. Like everything between us was finally in rhythm. Like you were starting to relax into us, not just hoping it was real, but knowing it was. And that's what makes this so hard. Because I know that after today you're questioning everything. You're probably replaying conversations in your head, wondering if you missed signs, wondering if I gave you comfort with one hand while hiding something in the other. But I swear to you, I didn't. Everything I've said to you was true. Every plan I made with you was honest. And that person you saw in that photo, that clip, that rumor, they're not in my world anymore. They showed up out of nowhere, with perfect timing to ruin something that was finally starting to feel safe. And I let it shake me, not because I had anything to hide, but because I knew how it would look. And it did. It looked like betrayal. It looked like something behind your back. It looked like everything I promised I wouldn't be, but it wasn't. I didn't flirt. I didn't entertain. I didn't slip. I stood there with a heavy chest, thinking, if she sees this without hearing me, I'm going to lose her. That's why I'm here, pouring everything into this message. Because I know the world won't give you the truth. They'll just give you the version that hurts the most. But I won't let them tell our story for us. You know what hurts the most? It's not the headlines. It's not the gossip. It's not even the twisted videos or the way people talk like they know us. It's knowing that someone out there is trying to turn the one thing I love the most, you, against me. And they're not just doing it with lies. They're doing it with images, with clips that tell half a story, with timing that makes everything feel worse than it really was. They don't care what happens to us. They don't care about the tears you might have cried when you saw it. They don't care that I was in that room for you, thinking about our future, thinking about how to surprise you with something beautiful. They just wanted drama, and they got it. But this is what I need you to remember. I didn't flinch. I didn't lean in. I didn't forget about you, not even for a second. Because even while that moment was happening, my first thought was you, how you'd feel, how this would look, and how badly I wished you were right there, so you could see it for what it really was. Nothing. Not a mistake, not a secret, not a betrayal, just a setup. One moment of distraction, caught by the wrong person, shared with the wrong intent. I know what it's like to lose someone because you didn't speak up in time. You know how I love. You know how I move. You know how I've shown up for you. Not just when it's easy, but when it's quiet, when no one else is watching. That's the version of me I've always been with you. And that's still the version sitting here now. Tired, shaken, but honest. So if your heart's heavy, if your trust is trembling, if you're sitting there with tears in your eyes, wondering if it's all been fake, look at me. Not the rumors, not the replayed clips, not the noise. Look at me, the same man who listens to your voice notes twice, just to hear how your mood changes. The same man who remembers your coffee order, not because it's cute, but because it matters to you. That's the man you've been loving, and I'm still him. I didn't change, I didn't fold, I didn't do anything today that would undo what we've built. I just got caught in a moment I couldn't control, and I'm standing here now to take responsibility. Not for doing wrong, but for not explaining sooner. I've been replaying everything in my head, the way the moment unfolded, the way my name is being dragged around online like a headline instead of a human. But the only part I can't stop thinking about is you. Not the noise, not the judgment, just your face, your heart, your silence, after you saw what they wanted you to see. And I get it. I get why you would feel hurt. I get why you might have shut down. Because when someone you trust the most is suddenly the center of a storm, you don't know who to believe. You don't know if your heart's being tricked again. And worst of all, you don't know if you were ever really safe with them. But darling, if I've ever done anything right in my life, it was loving you with full truth. This isn't about damage control. It's not about protecting an image. It's about protecting us. The quiet nights we spent talking about the future. The little notes. The soft touches. The safety we built with no one watching. I'm not going to let one moment, a twisted, loud, messy moment, take away something that was built with steady hands. But I need you to believe in it too. I need you to remember what we had before this day, how it felt, how we felt. Because what happened today wasn't betrayal. It was a misunderstanding that got turned into a movie for people who don't even know the story. So if you're watching this alone right now, if your heart is still unsure, please know I'm not fighting to save a name. I'm fighting to save what we built before the world tried to rewrite it. I keep thinking, what if I had told you earlier where I was going? What if I had sent that quick message shared those little details I thought didn't matter. Would we even be here now? Maybe not, but I didn't. And that silence created a space for doubt. Not because I did anything wrong, but because I didn't speak when it mattered. And that's on me. I thought I had time. I thought you already knew where my heart stood. I thought the love we built would automatically protect itself from noise. But I forgot something important. Even the strongest hearts need reminders. So let this be yours. Let this be the reminder that I never let my heart wander. That even in that moment, when the cameras clicked, when the room shifted, I was thinking about you. I didn't touch anyone. I didn't lean into any conversation that disrespected us. I didn't forget you for even 1 second. But I stayed quiet, and now I'm making up for that. Not because I need to prove I'm innocent, but because you deserve peace. You deserve to know that the person you gave your heart to isn't careless with it. So here's me, raw and honest. Not hiding behind polished words or PR lines. Just telling you the truth the way it should have been told from the start. Not through whispers. Not through defense. But through love. And if your heart still needs time, I still wait. But if there stops even a small part of you that still remembers the softness we shared, that still believes in what we were building,